Peace everybody, back with another video. This is Florida police were called for a woman screaming, "Let me out." It was a parrot. And as you can see here in this screenshot is a parrot who was the one that was screaming, "Let me out." Deputies with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office responded to reports of someone screaming for help at a neighbor's home on December 29th, 2019. After showing up to the Lake Worth Beach home, the deputies soon discovered that the supposed victim was actually a parrot named Rambo. Yeah, so the deputies of the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, they did respond to a report of someone screaming for help, and this happened at a neighbor's home on December 2019. After showing up to the Lake Worth Beach home, the deputies did discover that the supposed victim was actually a parrot named Rambo. So Rambo is the parrot's name, and he was the one who was doing all the screaming and hollering, and that what set the police alerted to that home. The homeowner was changing the brakes on his car, according to NBC News affiliate WPTV, when the deputies arrived and notified him that his neighbor had called to report that there was a woman screaming inside asking for help and to be let out. Alright, so the homeowner was home, and the homeowner was changing the brakes on his car. And this is according to NBC News affiliate WPTV. The deputies got there and they notified him that his neighbor had called to report that there was a woman screaming inside asking for help and to be let out. This parrot has caused a lot of chaos by screaming, "Let me out." And of course, yeah, it's going to bring the police because neighbors hear something. They're going to call the police. The owner then introduced Rambo to the officers. Yeah, so the owner of the parrot did introduce Rambo to the officers. "I was changing the brakes on my wife's car and had my 40-year-old parrot Rambo on his outside perch where he sings and talks," the man explained to the deputies, according to a post on the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. Alright, so the owner did explain what happened, that he was changing the brakes on his wife's car. The parrot is 40 years old, and he was on the outside perch where he sings and talks, the man explained to the deputies. And this is according to a post on the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. Sometime later, 4 police officers showed up saying a neighbor called because she heard a woman screaming for help. "I promptly introduced the officers to Rambo, and we all had a good laugh." Yeah, so more officers showed up at that home, and then, of course, the owner introduced the officers to Rambo, and they all had a good laugh after this. So, this parrot named Rambo, he is causing all kinds of chaos, like I said, and he's bringing the whole entire police department there. And of course, this parrot is trouble. He does sing and talk, as you now know. He added afterward, "I was also introduced Rambo to the neighbor who called in the screaming." So the owner took the parrot next door, brought the neighbor next over to Rambo to introduce each other. So this is what Rambo had done, screaming, "Let me out." So the owner decided, well, let me introduce my neighbor to Rambo. So that's what he did. Luckily, his neighbor also had a good laugh about the entire situation. Yeah, so the neighbor who called the police had a good laugh about the parrot yelling for help. So about the entire situation. Sometimes Rambo yells, "Help, help, let me out," explained the man. "It's something I taught him when I was a kid, and Rambo lived in a cage. So when the owner was a kid, he taught Rambo to those words, and he taught him them. And this is what the owner says. He says, sometimes Rambo yells, 'Help, help, let me out.'" First of all, you can't, don't teach your bird that if you have a parrot, because then it's going to bring a whole bunch of police officers. Then you're going to have to explain everything to them. Then you got to explain to the neighbor. Seriously, don't do that with a parrot, because I mean, yes, they do talk and they do repeat everything you say, but don't teach them that, because then you're going to be having about 20, 30 police cars at your house, and it's just totally crazy. So whatever you do, don't teach your bird that. Teach your parrot something else, but don't teach them that, because it brings false alarm to the house. And then you got to sit there for at least 5 or 10 minutes to explain everything. And I mean, these birds are smart. Yes, they are smart. So please make sure you don't teach your bird that. Leave your comments below. I am out.